Welcome to Smart Procurement. Today, we're addressing some of the most costly misconceptions that quietly erode organizational value. These myths influence strategic decisions, distort budget planning, and shape supplier relationships in ways leaders often overlook. Gaining clarity on these issues is a critical step toward building a more resilient, efficient, and strategically aligned procurement function. Lowest price almost never equals the best deal. A cheap quote often hides bigger costs like shipping, maintenance, downtime, and poor quality. Low-price suppliers may cut corners, deliver late, or create operational risks that wipe out any savings. Smart procurement focuses on value, reliability, performance, service, and total cost of ownership, not just the number on the invoice. The real best deal is the one that reduces risk, supports long-term performance, and delivers the highest overall value, even if the upfront price is higher.
Speed is important in procurement, but it's never more important than having a solid, repeatable process. When teams rush to place orders, skip approvals, or bypass proper evaluation, they may save a few hours today, but create far bigger problems tomorrow. Poorly vetted suppliers, unclear specifications, missing documentation, and weak contracts lead to delays, rework, quality issues, and financial risk, all of which slow the organization down far more than following the right process ever would. A strong procurement process ensures clarity, compliance, accountability, and consistency. It creates speed without chaos. The real competitive advantage isn't moving fast, it's moving fast with discipline, so decisions are reliable, defensible, and aligned with long-term value. Many teams believe they don't need a contract, especially for simple purchases or trusted suppliers. But skipping a contract is one of the fastest ways to create ambiguity, disputes, and financial exposure. A contract isn't just paperwork, it's the foundation that protects both parties. It defines scope, quality standards, delivery timelines, pricing, warranties, liabilities, confidentiality, and what happens when things go wrong. Without it, you rely on assumptions, verbal promises, and goodwill, none of which hold up when problems arise. Contracts create clarity, accountability, and legal protection. They reduce risk, prevent misunderstandings, and ensure the supplier delivers exactly what the business expects. In procurement, not having a contract doesn't save time. It creates uncertainty. The real efficiency comes from having a clear, well-structured agreement that keeps everyone aligned and protected. Many organizations assume their current suppliers are automatically the cheapest because of long relationships, negotiated discounts, or historical pricing. But loyalty doesn't guarantee competitiveness. Markets shift, new suppliers enter with better technology or lower overheads, and existing suppliers may gradually increase prices because they feel secure. Without benchmarking, competitive bidding, or periodic market testing, companies often end up overpaying simply out of habit. Staying with the same supplier can be convenient, but it can also hide inefficiencies, outdated pricing models, and missed opportunities for innovation. Smart procurement teams balance supplier relationships with market intelligence, ensuring that loyalty never replaces commercial discipline. The best supplier is the one who delivers value today, not just the one who has been around the longest. Many teams believe manual processes are good enough, especially if they've been doing things the same way for years. But manual procurement creates slow cycles, inconsistent data, human errors, and zero visibility across the workflow. Spreadsheets, emails, and paper approvals might feel familiar, but they limit scalability and make it impossible to track spend, enforce compliance, or analyze performance. As organizations grow, manual work becomes a bottleneck, slowing decisions, increasing risk, and draining productivity. Modern procurement relies on automation, digital workflows, and real-time data to improve accuracy, speed, and control. Manual processes aren't fine. They're a hidden cost. The real efficiency comes from digitizing the routine so teams can focus on strategy, value, and supplier performance. Relying on a single supplier may feel convenient, but it creates a fragile supply chain. When all your volume, timelines, and operational continuity depend on one source, any disruption, a price increase, capacity issue, quality problem, or geopolitical event immediately becomes your problem. A sole supplier limits negotiation power, reduces market visibility, and increases the risk of complacency on both sides. Diversifying suppliers doesn't mean abandoning strong relationships. It means building resilience, ensuring competitive pricing, and maintaining options when conditions change. Smart procurement balances strategic partnerships with strategic alternatives. One supplier might be simple, but it's rarely safe or cost-effective in the long run. Many teams treat risk management as optional, something to look at only when problems arise. But in procurement, ignoring risk is one of the costliest mistakes an organization can make. Supply disruptions, quality failures, price volatility, compliance breaches, and supplier insolvency can shut down operations overnight. Without structured risk management, proper due diligence, financial checks, performance monitoring, and contingency planning, companies operate blindly, reacting to crises instead of preventing them. Risk management isn't bureaucracy, it's protection. It safeguards continuity, ensures supplier reliability, and keeps the business resilient when the unexpected happens. In modern procurement, risk management isn't a nice-to-have, it's a strategic necessity that saves time, money, and reputation. Many people believe procurement ROI can't be measured because savings seem intangible or inconsistent. But procurement delivers value far beyond price reductions, and all of it can be quantified. ROI comes from cost avoidance, process efficiency, supplier performance improvements, risk reduction, contract compliance, and better demand management. Every one of these has measurable financial impact. Modern procurement teams track KPIs like total cost of ownership, cycle time reduction, contract leakage, supplier quality, and risk mitigation, all of which translate directly into real money saved or protected. Saying procurement ROI can't be measured is simply an excuse for not measuring the right things. With the right data and discipline, procurement becomes one of the most ROI-positive functions in the entire organization. Many organizations avoid global sourcing because they assume it's too complex, too risky, or too time-consuming. But in reality, global sourcing has never been more accessible. Technology, digital procurement platforms, transparent logistics networks, and global supplier databases make it easier than ever to identify, evaluate, and manage international suppliers. Yes, global sourcing requires attention to regulations, lead times, quality standards, and cultural differences. But these are manageable with the right process and tools. The real risk isn't global sourcing. It's limiting your supply base to one region and missing out on competitive pricing, innovation, and supply chain resilience. Smart procurement teams use global sourcing strategically to diversify risk, unlock new capabilities, and strengthen their negotiation power. Complexity isn't the barrier. Outdated assumptions are. Many people assume procurement is only for large organizations with big budgets and complex supply chains, but the truth is, every business, small, medium, or large, benefits from structured procurement. Smaller companies often feel they can just buy as they go, but this leads to inconsistent pricing, uncontrolled spending, supplier dependency, and avoidable risks. Without proper procurement practices, even small businesses lose money through poor negotiation, lack of visibility, and inefficient processes. Good procurement isn't about size, it's about discipline. It helps standardize purchasing, improve cash flow, strengthen supplier relationships, and ensure the business gets maximum value for every dollar spent. In fact, smaller companies often gain the most from procurement because they operate with tighter margins and less room for error. Procurement isn't a luxury for big companies. It's a smart strategy for any company that wants to grow sustainably. For more videos like this, please subscribe, share, and don't forget the like button.